What's good, everybody? It's your Matic back here with another video, man. And we gonna dive into another topic today, man. Or tonight in this case. I came across a Bradley Bill video where he's talking with his AAU team about about the grind pretty much, and he's pretty much talking about the steps you need to take in order for you to even be noticed by scouts and things like that. It's not a new video. It's something that you probably already seen on social media or on Instagram, TikTok, whatever the case may be. But I wanted to showcase this video to y'all, just so we can reflect it afterwards and we can just dive into the topic, and we're gonna look right into it.
Ass, you ain't gonna have no job. They just gonna say, here, just take the money. We don't even want you. That's the two options you got in the league. And I don't never like pulling my NBA card ever. But bro, y'all, it's only 400. That mean if you got dreams to get into the league, you gotta play me. You gotta guard me. And guess what? Can't none of y'all motherfuckers guard me. Ain't none of y'all taking my job. I'm chilling. I can retire today and live on the beach for the rest of my life. And my mom and dad not work another day. Or my brothers. That's the type of good y'all want to be. That's what y'all want. Everything is grimy and gutter where we from, bro. So everything is going to be that much harder for us. But guess what? When you got a gift and a talent like that, you got to take advantage of it. You got to perfect it. You got to work on your shit. Because guess what? God will take that.
And you don't gotta be a hooper to understand the message that Bradley Bill was saying in that video. There's a lot of different layers that he's talking about when he say, the grind is so much harder from where you come from. And I actually made 5 talking points as to what he talked about in that speech to kind of just push you guys on forward with whatever you got going on in life. So the first thing I want to talk about is when he mentioned the grind is harder from where you come from. That's a fact. You don't gotta be a hooper to understand how hard the grind is from where you come from. You might be born in an urban environment, like in the suburbs, whatever the case may be, but you gotta understand, like, whatever you're working at in life, the grind is gonna be so much harder, just because of where you're located, who you with, how much money you make, yearly. The grind's gonna be so much harder, and that's just what the reality is in this day and age. You really gotta grind from start to finish to really hit where you want to be in life right now. So it's tough, man. Like it really is tough, but you just gotta understand that your results, the results you may produce in life, is gonna be worth it at the end of the day. So the grind in itself is gonna be so much harder, but it's worth it. I promise you. Just keep on grinding. Every day is a process. Even days where you may feel as though you ain't do enough. All you just did was go 10 on the 5 and you go home. My nigga, at least you work 8 hours. At least you put that time in and you put those hours in to make sure make sure when you get up the next day, you keep going on with that. And number two is make sure nobody takes your position, right? So in the video he mentioned, if you got a chance to guard me, it's gonna be hell for you. Like it's really gonna be hell for you, because he said it. He said ain't nobody taking my job. He said that ain't nobody taking my job, and that's a fact. If you are at a position in life where you are where you are succeeding and you are doing good, you always gotta make sure that nobody's taking your spot. Somebody can take your position. It's really one of those things where you really have to just prove to other people that this is why you're at this position in your life, and this is really where you gotta shit on everybody and just make sure, yo, this is where I'm at right now. Ain't nobody taking my shit. And that right there, like what he said, pretty much proved why he was saying that. And a lot of those guys, they understand it, but guys who are young hoopers and things like that, they're not gonna really get it until they're at that moment in their life. So that in itself comes a long way, for sure. All right, and then number 3, perfect your craft to divide your competition, and that in itself is just who you are, right? What separates you from the competition? What separates you from everybody else. That in itself is so important. People don't understand how talented you are until you showcase to other people in the world. So if you have something that you're good at, if you have like a raw talent that you're good at, it's always good to push that forward and make sure people understand that, this is what separates me from everybody else. Because there is nobody knows you better than you, and that's a fact, you know. Um, and that motivation, that drive, that confidence is gonna bring you and separate you from everybody else. So that in itself is gonna make your life, not want to say easier, but a lot more convenient in terms of how you move around, in terms of how you position yourself towards others, and that in itself is gonna help a long way for sure. All right, number four, everyone is not going to make it, and that's a fact. You know, he said it very Brad Bills. He said in the video, man, only 400 players are in the NBA. And you got to think about, excuse me, you got to think about how many people are constantly moving around, right? From the G League going onto the bench, and onto the bench going on to the starting lineup, things like that. That's even if you can make the bench in the NBA. But think about in the sense of the work environment. Think about how competitive it is, right? Not everybody's going to make it in the work environment, and that in itself plays a long, it plays a lot long term, because people will understand that, if you are at this spot, if you are at this position in life, that means you did something to convince others or convince the higher ups that you are for you are for that job, and everybody else just have to go look somewhere else. And that's just the reality of what the or life is, not just in sports, but just in life in general. That in itself plays long term. So number four kind of goes back into number two when I said make sure nobody takes your spot, because like I said, not everybody's going to make it. So you got to make sure that when you do make it, nobody else takes your spot, man. I mean, it's one of the things that's real out here, man. You really got to just know what it's like, right? And my last point I want to make, and this one's kind of personal, man. This one's personal because I know, people, I know we're close to the New Year's and things like that. So, this is one of those things that I think about, and that I tell people all the time about, about what advice I should give to them. And number five is distractions and pressure are relative, right? They're relative through time. So think about as you start to have more distractions going up in your life, right? Think about how much pressure you have in terms of your time, right? Some of you guys may be in your early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, early 30s, whatever the case may be. We can't waste time on this shit, man. We cannot be distracted from our goals or our purpose in life. So we understand that as we obviously, as we start to become more distracted with things that's outside of our control or outside on social media or just whatever the case may be, we understand how much pressure is being brought onto us because you know when we're distracted, our goals are just slipping away, and now we feel that pressure. We feel that pressure of just, yo, what am I doing? Why am I wasting my time? Like this is not giving me any benefit long term. So those two things are relative because as one increase, the other also increases as well. So what's the advice? Obviously, reduce your distractions and make sure that you relieve that pressure out of yourself, just so that you could be able to go out there and you could be able to do the things you want to do. And as you reduce your distractions, you become more focused. You become more focused on your goals, and you start to pursue it. You start to feel more energized when you get up in the morning. You say, "All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that." So my advice to y'all, if y'all haven't already, this is something that will help you, especially close to the New Year's, is to buy a calendar. This something as little as that can help you long term, man. If you buy a calendar, you put that in your room, you put that in your door, you put that somewhere that you can see it. Each week you start having new goals, you start having new things to do, right? Instead of going out partying on Saturday night, all you gotta do is take your marker, right? I want to go to the gym more. I wanna eat healthy. I wanna start a new trend, a new practice, a new hobby. Kind of try to uplift your value. Try to learn new skills so you can pretty much showcase it to the world if you have not already, man. So those are my talking points for the Bradley Beal speech in that video. So I hope this video helped you guys out. I have more videos coming out soon. Um, I'll I'll probably think of some new content for my channel. I actually have an idea of what I want to do with my channel with new content, but I hope this video will help you guys out in terms of trying to chase your goals, trying to just grind even harder, whatever the case may be, man. Because it only gets harder as time moves on, man. It really does, man. People coming up with new ideas, new inventions, and it's probably something that you've been thinking about for a long time, but now somebody else took it, like, oh shit, now I gotta think of something else. So yeah, man. So I hope this video helped you guys out. And yeah, man, I got new content coming out soon, man. Please follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram as well. Everything will be posted down in the box below, so please make sure you guys follow me on all social medias. I got new videos coming out soon, and yeah, man, we're gonna move on from there, man. So, man, keep grinding, keep your head up, man. Whatever we have right now, if you may feel bad, if you may feel, depressed at the moment, man, always make sure, man, you somebody out there in the world would trade you for your worst day. You know what I'm saying? Somebody out there may not even be able to move because they're just so they're not thinking right, or their body's not moving right. That person would trade their day over your worst day. So always think about that, man. So yeah, man, it's your bro Matic, and I'll see you guys in the next video or on the next stream, man. So peace out.